Strange morning this morning. Different view from a different bridge. You see behind me there, eh? Thatcher out. How long ago was that put? There's a bit of history, isn't it? Must go back to the coal days, mustn't it? Eh? Kill all Tories, it says over there. Kill all Tories. Eh? I don't suppose they mean it nowadays. And I dare say, given it was 40 odd years ago, whoever wrote that is either dead and gone or grandparents by now. History. Okay? But I haven't come to talk to you about history, I've come to talk about fear again. I know I mentioned fear once before, 3 or 4 weeks ago. But I want to talk about fear again because I got feared last night. In the afternoon, my missus took poorly and went to bed. And she never takes poorly and goes to bed, never, never, never. But last night, yesterday afternoon, she had to. And it scared me. Because I thought, here comes the coffin and the ambulance and you know, the times we're in. It's not an irrational fear to be worried about that blessed COVID, is it? And I was afeared. And I was, to be honest, paralysed with fear. I've heard the expression quite a lot. I don't recall suffering from it very often. But last night I was. Woke up in the night, couldn't get out of bed. Normally I'd get up if I'm disturbed, come down, have a drink, do my meditation, go back to bed. Couldn't do it, couldn't get out of bed. Dying of thirst, well not dying of thirst, you know what I mean. Really, really wanted a drink. Couldn't get out of bed. For fear, I'd feared myself into such a place. I thought she was going to take a turn for the worse if I got out of bed. Fear. Eh? There was nothing real about it. The only real thing about it was my fear. How mad is that? Eh? And I bet I'm not the only one. But I'm not the only one. I've had times in my past when I've been too scared to leave the house. Because I build up all the what ifs. You know? I'll give you an example from nature. One day last week we were walking the dogs. And we said, hello mate. And we saw a squirrel. And this squirrel was making a noise I have never heard a squirrel make in all my life. When I looked, found this squirrel in the tree, I wondered if it was stuck to the tree because it was just rock solid making this noise and you could see its mouth really straining to make this horrible noise. If you've ever heard a squirrel in fear, you'll know, but that's the first time I've ever heard it. Down the bottom of the tree there was a cat. An arrogant, blessed cat. Because it knew, well I suppose it thought it knew, that this here squirrel was eventually going to have to get down on the tree and become the cat's lunch. Its prey. It was going to be its victim. Well, as I said, we were walking 2 staffy dogs. And squirrels are not a natural food for cats. So I wasn't going to let that sort of nature take its course. And I let one of my dogs off the lead. All of a sudden, the fear changed from the squirrel making this horrible noise to the squirrel just going. He just cleared off. I wasn't paying attention to where the squirrel went. The cat, in abject fear of its life, scarpering down this right steep embankment, about a 1 in 2 or a 1 in 3 embankment, full of bracken, and my staffy boy going after him like Billy-O, right down into the field at the bottom, chasing him about half a mile he did. I mean, the cat didn't know that if my dog had caught him, he'd have probably licked him or tried to play ball with him or something, because he's a daft old brush. But the cat didn't know that. The cat had an instinctive fear that if that dog was running at it, it was going to die if it got caught. Just like the squirrel. Couldn't work out that it could jump from tree to tree, tree limb to tree limb and be clear. And I dare say if it was just foraging for food, it would have done just that. Hello. Paralysed with fear, you see. Well, the cat weren't paralysed with fear. The cat was gone like a pack of wild horses. And my dog didn't catch him, there was no harm done. come back to me, my fidget come back. He couldn't find his way back first off, he'd forgotten where he'd left us on the trail. So he was running about the field for 5 minutes. Trying to find us. I suppose that gave him a bit of fear and all. There you go, you see. Irrational fear. Not like a phobia, but like scary nonetheless. Okay. Now this morning, this bridge, I should have mentioned that right at the start, but you know me, I'm not together. This bridge goes across the trail that I ride on, the Silver Hill Trail. And over that a ways, when I was talking to you earlier, I got a view of it. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. Plesley Colliery. The sun's really bright this morning, I'm grateful for that. We've actually had a little few spits and spots of rain. But I can see it, I don't know if you can see it there through the trees. The chimney over there, that's Plesley Colliery. I spoke to you from over there a few times. Right, and then this is the bridge, or one of the bridges that goes over it. Obviously down there on the trail, that's what used to be the railway line. And this would have been, well, I presume it would have been a proper road going over, because there's curb stones at the side. Down here, there's curb stones. So this is, or would have been at one time, a proper road. Now it looks like an abandoned old country lane, look. Hey, amazing, isn't it? I much prefer it like this. Would have been nice to have seen the trains and the coal and the industry and all that still going, but that's gone. I wasn't here. I was down in London throwing milk bottles against council estate garage walls then. Down there, that's the trail. I'll ride up. It's a long way down. You wouldn't want to jump it. But that's the trail. That way is where I come from. Tib Shelf. And Teversall. Teversall is that way. The miner. I'll talk to you from the miner. I don't think you can see it from here. Oh, I probably could actually. Yeah, I might walk down here before I close off. And over that side, that's the way up to Plesley Colliery. I showed you just now through the trees. Now let's see, before I close up, let's see if I can see the hill that leads up to the miner. From completely the other side to where I was yesterday. I was at Bridey Forest yesterday. And it's like the other side of that. Yeah, you can see a lump there. That's Silver Hill Wood. And the highest point of that is called the Miner, and that is the highest point of Nottinghamshire. So there we are, you see. A little bit of history, a little bit of a story. Story of victory, mind. To finish, because the squirrel did not get et, the cat did not get et, and my missus is walking the dogs down on that trail. So all's well, you see. All's well, despite about 3 o'clock in the morning me convincing myself that it wasn't going to be. There's your lesson. And talking of which, there's a squirrel up in that tree. There's 2 of them. 2 squirrels. I hope the camera's got that. They're just making their way down the tree now. 2 squirrels, 2 greys. Bless them. Hopefully I've picked that up. I won't know till I replay it later. If not, you've heard me talk about something you can't see yet again. Eh? So, to the point, to sum up, don't need to be scared. Nothing to fear but fear itself. Tomorrow is another day. And people that say you only live once, they're wrong. You only die once. You can live every single day. Live today, live tomorrow. I'm going out on my motorbike in a couple of hours. I've got to buy a birthday present for my missus. It's her birthday tomorrow. All the shops are shut, so I couldn't go getting what I wanted to get. I've left the mail order thing till too late, so I've got to go today and get a not really what I want present. And then I'm going to have a non-picnic later. A socially distant picnic with one mate. He's coming on his motorbike from Stoke. I'm going on my motorbike. We're going to meet at an undisclosed location in the middle. Just me and him. We've worked out it's going to be deserted. And there we are, we're going to have our little picnic, our little unpicnic. Obviously not sharing, we'll take our own stuff. Nothing to be worried about, nothing to be scared of. Have no fear. Love each other. I love you. Ta-da.